Now we'll discuss the last project, uh, that is equipment management. So now you give me the ideas. Suppose I will try to, I have some equipment. Let us consider it in that case. Always think in real life scenario so that your system will be live and it will meet the user requirement. Here, suppose I have equipment. Now we will consider their equipment in their color mandap, whatever equipment is there. Suppose they are only there are three equipment, so we cannot consider that. We'll start from there because just now we have discussed that part, that diesel light, that sprinkler, that shower, all those things. Okay, those are equipment. Now we'll manage those equipments. But we are not going to practically develop a system for those three equipments. For which equipment we will develop this? Suppose in our another order. There are so many, more than 100 equipments, high-end equipments. Not like that, this laptop, this camera, this fan. These are not equipment. We don't consider it as equipment. Equipments are high-end equipment, high performance computer, whose cost is crores of rupees. We need to manage those things because we are answerable for that. Crores of equipment whose price is 2 crores, 3 crores. So its expenditure is 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs for the maintenance. So we are answerable for that. We need to maintain that. We need to manage that. We need to manage everything. We need to extract the financial benefits from that machine. Yes or no? ଆମର ମେସିନ୍ ଟା ହେଲେ ଇନକମ୍ ହବନି କୋଟି ଟଙ୍କା ଦେଇ ମେସିନ୍ କିଣିଲା ହବ no benefit. So we'll think in that. Okay. So now you give me any idea for this equipment, what can be done in a layman point of view? What can be done? Use করছে বলো। তো use করছে ঠিক আছে। Now we'll go to managing the equipment, and you are the administrator. You think today you have procured three equipments, and your system you are going to design a system. So in what flow, in what design you will start? What should be your modus operandi? Your system, you have a system. So today you have suppose procured three systems. So first of all, what you will do? No, that is you are thinking from the user point of view, thinking admin point of view. First part, what will be done? Same as the previous project. How can I know that you are admin, you are the owner of the equipment, or you are trying to book the, you are trying to use the equipment? From where can I know it? Login, registration, those are same for everyone. Okay? User registration, user login, and admin. I'm splitting it into two parts. Same. Okay. So here, same thing, same as that. We'll use this login, registration, and login. Yeah. So this registration and login, I am just erasing it. So here, there will be user, there will be admin. Here, login. Login make it one screen, not two screen. It's for two users. Using a user diagram, you can make it two, but in your page should be one. And everybody will log in, and your system should determine who is that person. Okay, so login is there. So after login, what admin will do? Come on. So system will say, you log, user has successfully logged in. So after that, what admin will do? What operation will he do? When after equipment as well, so I should add the equipment to my system. Add equipment. Yes, sir. add equipment. So now you have to think inside this adding the equipment, what feature you need, what features you need for adding the equipment, what features equipment can have for adding, what can be the feature of an equipment which you are going to add. କଣ ଗୋଟେ equipment ର କଣ କଣ ସବୁ facilities ଅଛି online ରେ କିଏ ଅଛ କି equipment वाला anybody from online who is interested in this equipment project Arin Dipsika and Rachita isn't it?
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ସାର୍ ହେଲ୍ଥ ସେଣ୍ଟର ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ତ ନେଇଛୁ।
ठीक है ठीक है नो इशू वी आर डिस्कसिंग हियर ताले फिर दिन ताले ଆମେ କଣ କରୁଛୁ so for the equipment what can be the attributes I can say equipment name I'll make equipment ID when the system generated then we have to make a unique ID for that suppose always it is not feasible to call a equipment by its full name X-ray defragmentation crystallography equipment. It's not feasible always to call the machine by the full name, so we are keeping a short name for that XRD, SCM, HPC, high performance computer. So always it is not possible to say, sir, please allow me 3 slots of the high performance computing. It is handy to say that I need 2 slots of HPC. We are using the, so you have to create a short name, acronym for that, then equipment name, then equipment is working in which mode. That means suppose all the equipments don't work in same way. Some equipment want suppose I have a machine who is checking the density of a material, density of a concrete. So that equipment that requires a concrete. But think of a machine which is testing the spreadability of a disease. The virus, we are testing a virus. So those two machines are not same. That is a biological machine. It is testing a biological sample, and here this machine is testing a physical sample, concrete. Clear? So what type of input the machine is taking? You have to that should be a parameter. Biological, magnetic, non-magnetic, whether it is hazardous or not. The sample whichever is going to be tested. Suppose COVID virus, somebody was testing it in China. Suppose here in our laboratory there is equipment, somebody is trying to test that functionality of that virus. How that virus is spreading. So those are hazardous. Those are biological hazards. So you need to keep those things in mind. What that equipment is testing and what are its characteristics. Clear? Then equipment must have an image. You have to upload that image. Then equipment must have what we call slots. Slots will go to lateral. Equipment then what other facilities equipment image then MSDS. We call it something called MSDS. MSDS means specification sheet. Specification sheet. What the machine is taking input and what output it is giving. Okay. And what are the characteristics? That is the specification of the machine. Okay, MSDS. You need to upload that so that somebody who is using the machine can know about this specification. Clear? So those things a admin need to upload. And what other thing admin need to upload? The pricing. For using the, I'm not procuring the equipment for showing it and keep just day wise I'll just see it. No. I want to generate revenue from it. They want to generate revenue from their resource. So you will be generating revenue from your equipment. So पैसा पैसा फिर चाहिए वहाँ तो आपने क्या किया इक्विपमेंट का बुकिंग का पैसा कितना पैसा चाहिए what amount a person has to pay for booking the equipment. Clear? Then again for booking means how many times, how many hours or how many days the person is booking so that the payment will vary. That is called slot. Again, we will go to slot. I will divide the entire time of my machine to suppose my machine will work 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day. So I keep 1 hour slot. Round robin scheduling, whatever you have studied. Round robin scheduling. ଲୋକମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଆସିଲେ ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟି ୟୁଜ୍ କରିଗଲେ. That means you are dividing the schedule time into small quantum. Similarly, suppose you have total working hour 8 hours. So you are dividing 8 hours into 1 hour or 2 hours. It is up to you. तुम्हें जानते हो मशीन में कितना समय लगे बड़े एक्सपेरिमेंट हाँ तो machine में suppose if you it is taking half an hour for the completion of the experiment, you can make the slot half an hour. Suppose it is taking 1 hour, you can make your slot 1 hour. Here, for the simplicity, you can keep all the equipment suppose 1 hour. But in practical life, what is happening in our case? We have so many equipment. Some machine require 1 hour slot. Some machine require half an hour slot. Otherwise, what will happen if some machine is requiring 5 minutes per experiment? If I make the slot 1 hour, then 55 minutes is wasted. Listen, there are some equipment which is able to solve once a week. So those are practical life scenarios. But a machine ଅଛି ସେ ସପ୍ତାହ ଯାକ ନାଇଟ୍ରୋଜେନ କ୍ରିଏସନ କରିବ ଗୋଟେ ଦିନ ନାଇଟ୍ରୋଜେନ ଡେଲିଭରି କରିବ ଯେ ଲୋକ ଆସିବେ ନାଇଟ୍ରୋଜେନ ନେଲେ 5 minutes 2 minutes. So that is different slot. That is working only 1 day in a week. So it is up to you to make it simple or you can make it complicated depending upon your requirement. Okay, so you have to manage slot. In managing the slot, what will happen? Equipment for this equipment, what is the slot time? So you will show whenever I click on equipment, I am not going to the design part. Suppose these are the equipments I have added. As the admin, I can see these are my equipment. Suppose equipment ID, equipment name, equipment ID, equipment name, and other required features I am showing over here. And here I have something for editing or edit. Suppose during editing, what I will do? I can edit during adding the equipment. This is the page where I am able to see the suppose equipment name, equipment short name, equipment image, equipment MSDS. Okay, so these things I can see here. So during editing, I can also change these things. Okay. Another thing, what I was saying, slot. Slot here you should have another page to manage slot because one equipment has many slots. One to many relation. Think in database scenario, database context. So what will happen? This is your equipment and it is supposed manage equipment, manage slot. Manage slot. In slot management, what will happen? I will show all the equipment registered, all the equipment. Then here there will be a manage button. Manage slot. Whenever I'll click on this manage slot, what it will show me? It will show me the slots. Suppose you have 8 hours from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or something like that. So you will divide your slots in this way. 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 13, or 1 to 12 to 13, make it 24 hours, 13, 13 to 14, something that your slots will show you. 13 to 14, 14 to 15, 15 to 16, 16 to 17. Let I am writing this much. Up to 5 p.m. Up to 5 p.m. 17 means 5 p.m. So I am managing, these are my slots. These are my slots. So suppose I don't want to keep this slot open because I am the owner of the machine. I take my launch at 12 to 13. Suppose, or there might be any other issue, anything else. So I don't want to keep this slot active. So what I'll do? I'll check these slots. I'll not check. So the 12 to 13. Clear? So now these slots are active. So when user will try to book, will he able to see 12 to 13 slot? No, because I have not activated that slot yet. Clear? Getting the idea? So that means I can manage the slot. It is for one equipment. Similarly, here all the equipments will show, and here the manage button is there. Clicking on this manage button, you should be able to see such a screen where you can manage your slots. You can activate or deactivate any slot of the equipment. Clear? समझ सुंदर किसी आइडिया नहीं पड़ेगा समझ से जो मैंने प्रोजेक्ट किसी भी इम्प्लीमेंट करते यू आर फ्री बार क्लियर it is about managing my slots clear suppose tomorrow some scenario came that you cannot make 16 to 17 and say 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. active slot why because the person who is dealing with the machine he has to deal with some other important machine at this time. So you have to make it uncheck. So what will do? Again, you go to manage, you will uncheck it. You will uncheck it. We uncheck it. So after unchecking it, what will happen? This slot will be unchecked. Okay. So now what will happen? Now this slot is unchecked. And here you have to submit or update. Submit. After submit, I'm saying very detailed thing. I should not say these things. Don't see. I should not show you designing pages. It is you. You are the software engineer going to design it. So in this way, we can manage the slots. I'm not doing. Here, managing slots. Another thing. Another thing. What happens? Suppose your equipment is there. It is working fine. But suddenly there is a breakdown of this. Machine का और भाग गया. कौन करेंगे? लोग को बुकिंग कर देंगे. हम बुकिंग कर दो पैसे नहीं तो सर्विस दो बनो. बड़े लोग. So what you will do? You will make your machine inactive or deactive. Clear? There are again two scenarios. Think. लोग तो तुम्हारा बुकिंग करके चलते. बुकिंग वाले काली पे ही तो आज ही मैं मशीन का भाई. अब कौन करें? कौन करें? काली पे मैं बुकिंग ही. तो मशीन है भाई. कौन करें? तुम कौन करें? कौन करियो? तुम दीजिए ना कथा ठीक. तुम्हें कहो सॉरी तो करियो बात. तो पैसा तो कम. No. पैसा refund करियो but it is your business policy. You try to keep that money with you. You keep a flexi timing. You give a flexi timing because it is your business. Suddenly refund करें. आम लोग suddenly refund करेंगे. जब मान लीजिए भाई इधर exchange करियोगी. तार बदल एक जो दूसरा नाम होगी. You should your system should deal with that. क्यों करोगे भाई? इधर मरता हम पार्ट में लगे sudden breakdown है. Sorry for the inconvenience. The inconvenience is highly deeply regretted. And is it feasible to book your slot in this date? You can give these features so that user will be happy because tomorrow 5 दिन by booking हुई sorry. So 6 days में price का कम देते. Yes or no? So it is up to you. Okay. This is one scenario. Another scenario. दसरा वैकेशन काटू होगा 10 दिन. चलिए कहीं होगा. काउ हुआ कोई कहीं होगा. तो इक्विपमेंट बुकिंग के करिए. एक्सीडेंट के करिए. So at that point of time, from the yearly timing, you have to deactivate this thing, or make it inactive, or make it non-functional. Okay, so that means during this period, your equipment is not going to work. That is making it inactive. It is not non-functional. Non-functional is when there is a breakdown. Your machine is not working. That is non-functional. Then whenever you deactivate it, suppose you have someone and nobody is there to deal with the machine, you will make it deactive. Getting the idea? Deactive. When your machine is deactive, nobody should be able to book. When your machine is also non-functional, nobody should be able to book. Clear? Similarly, your slots will also not show to the outside one because the machine is non-functional. Whenever in the booking screen, I am not showing the booking screen. Suppose this is your screen, same screen. Here book. Equipments will show over here, and at the last, here it will show you. Suppose book. I'm interested in this. Suppose it is XRD, the equipment name is XRD. I want to book it. Suppose it is HPC, high performance computer. I want to book it. Whenever I click book, a booking form should appear. In that booking form, what I will do? I am going for this equipment. Then for what slot I am going to book it? How many slots I am going to book it? More of chapter explain करूँगा. तो chapter slot book करूँ. Chapter slot book करूँगा तो chapter slot में टका ही देंगे. So your margin should also calculate. The person is booking 4 slots. So for one slot, there should be a master for your cost. For this equipment ID, again primary key, foreign key concept. In the database part, what you will do? The equipment master should be there. Equipment ID, equipment name, blah blah blah. Then that ID is the primary key over here. That key should be in a foreign key in your costing table or slot table. So many other tables. Slot table we have discussed. So many things we have discussed. Slot for one table because one to many relation. You have to break your table. Equipment master is there. Then your slot master should be there. In slot ID will be primary key. Your equipment ID will be the foreign key. Clear? Clear? Similarly, in your pricing table, okay? In your pricing table it is not because in slot you are breaking the if it is uniform. If you are making all the slots in 1 hour slot, in the slot table itself we can keep the price. For this slot, it is suppose 2000 rupees. It is 5000 rupees per slot. Okay, including GST or excluding GST, it is up to you. Okay, so this is the price. Suppose I am booking 3 slots of this equipment. So how much amount I have to pay? 3000. 4000. Maybe that's what book will discount. It is per slot 2000. For 2 slot I have to give 4000. Again, it is up to you if you are able to apply some promo code. If you can design that system, there is a promo code. Code equipment booking हो offer करो और कौन booking करो promo code enter कर ले तो discount मिला 10%. It is all in use. Okay, so whenever somebody is booking, how many slots somebody is booking? 1, 2, 3. There is a restriction that someone can book at most 5 slots. Suppose you have a restriction. So your system should check. Whenever the person is checking 6, you say, sir, you cannot book more than 5 slots at a time. Because you should give scope to everyone. Well, so 5 slots. For 5 slots, you have to give your 10,000 rupees. Here, so this is 10,000 rupees other cost. Then what type of sample, everything you have to mention over here in the booking. After that, what will happen? This booking, after booking, this booking will go to where? Even that as we explained for you, admin propose approval by then approval screen. Here the approval. In approval screen, whether the admin will see whether the request is feasible or not. If it is feasible and the person has deposited the money, then the admin will approve it and will give a particular date. It is again up to you. Suppose you are fixing the date over here. The person is saying that I need the experiment on 24th January. Then you will check whether your system is vacant on that day or not. That day, that slot, not only day, because you are dividing one day into so many slots. Clear? You will check in that slot whether there is any booking or not. If there is not any booking, you allow the person for booking. Clear? Subject to the condition, the amount has been paid. You have to check everything. पैसे देने एक्सपेंड कर दे तो कौन आएगा? No sir. So you have to check those things. You have to maintain how much amount you have paid, because at the end you have to decide how much revenue you have generated. Okay? Then you have to approve or reject. After approval, again if you want to extend it, that can be extended. Experiment is done. After doing the experiment, the output. If somebody is trying to book your equipment from Delhi and he is not interested to come over here, he needs the only output. How much strong the concrete he has designed is. He will send you the concrete. You have to test it. After testing, you need to send the report to him. Again, you can send the report from him. You can generate the report and you can make a portal where the user will registration. User registration, after user registration, To user, you should be showing what the list of bookings. List of bookings. It is my user screen. Here the user will see the list of bookings, whatever bookings I have done, whatever bookings I have done. On clicking this view details, I can see, I should be able to see all my details, whatever I have booked, which one is approved, which one is not approved. Suppose something is approved and the report has been generated. I should be on clicking this, I should be able to see that report. I should be able to see that report. Okay. It is up to you. Suppose my concrete, this is my concrete, and I want to check the density of the concrete. Then that output should be here. Suppose that is a chemical. I want to test its viability, whether it can exist in this world or not. It is suppose I am clean film logo. तो मनुष्य से बना ही नहीं तो टेस्ट होगी ना तो अपना को टेस्ट का कॉस्टली है बिकॉज़ सो मेनी एक्सपेरिमेंट इज डन ऑन दैट तो खाई दिले मरिबेन लोग phosphorus or chicken. So many testings are done, and those are done in such institutes. So language also electric substation. तर मन मन लगे तो टेस्टिंग भी कुछ ये आसे टेस्टिंग केते लोड हेले तो फाटे केते लोड जे से काम करि तो स्पेसिफिकेशन तो टेस्टिंग करना है and those things are mentioned on the equipment or the consumable or anything. Everything is tested. So a report comes out. After taking this report, based on this report, they will design the tool. Clear? And then खाली कुछ लोग टेस्ट करते हैं. नया कंप्यूटर में डिजाइन करा तो कंप्यूटर को टेस्ट करता है कौन ट्रक दे करियो एरोप्लेन दे करियो बस दे करियो तो मुझे ये कंप्यूटर दे तो ये ऊपर को ट्रेन दे या ऊपर को एरोप्लेन लैंड कर दे. All those vary. So those are tested. What is the plate house? The plate का तो plate design में पर जब testing करा फिर plate खाली मनुष्य मर गया कि नहीं. If it is emitting some chemicals which the person will die, is that good product not to do the testing? कितने microwave में कौन से plastic करो तो plastic microwave में करो yes or no? So that is tested. Heat resistance. How much amount of heat can it resist? এটা হচ্ছে ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড অফ মডেল এতে টেস্টিং শুট করে হ্যাঁ তো সব মানে সুসু তো পছন্দ কা গপ ছড়া তো এডি রিপোর্ট সে দেখি পারি হ্যাঁ again you can do the feedback system इक्विपमेंट में टेस्टिंग कले वो फीडबैक ता भलो कि खराब टेस्टिंग रिपोर्ट ठीक कि भूल लोक मन मते हेल्प कले कि कले you can give a feedback clear again what you can do and you can make website or not it is up to you it's all person can book and person can see his details. Now this is so many things I have discussed. Now it is you who is going to implement those things and what way. Clear? Is it making sense? The project whatever we have discussed. In real life these things works and it is working in our way. Okay. So you design your system in a robust way and in a very make it a good design. Okay. Thank you.